This is Elise, Wandering Hummingbird, and Stacy, coming to you from San Jose del Cabo. Mr. Darcy's here too. Let's not forget him. It's sunset. Finished a 7-day training and more. Actually, I guess it was a 5-day training plus some.
Yeah, can't really count the first day.
I mean, farm work is important.
True, it is.
So how was your 5 days of training?
It was amazing. It was, I don't know, I feel like it just ended a couple minutes ago. So I just I don't know, I already feel way more confident. I feel like I give a completely different massage now. It was really helped with my confidence, which I think I was lacking. But I'm excited to go home and get my hands on people, and like you suggested, working on people that I had worked on before so that I can see their reaction and get their feedback.
Yeah.
But I feel good going into that. It's just...
How much were you going to charge before you came down?
$75.
How much are you thinking about charging?
Maybe $100.
Maybe $100.
But I'm in a small town, so that's where I struggle.
Yeah.
Because if I was in a bigger town, it wouldn't be an issue.
And the only story that I really have for that one is finding one client to pay you $500 is definitely easier than finding 20 clients to pay you $50. It's math, it's statistics, it's the way it works with a lot of things. So because Stacy does not have to have an income that she has to immediately replace, she does not have to go the traditional route of discounting because you already have an income and you're not trying to replace it tomorrow. You've got it. So you can actually go through at her current work, which she actually currently is a what?
Server.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say currently. I should say she previously was a server. In what city?
Port Angeles, Washington.
Yep, small town?
Mm-hmm. Yes, very small town.
Yeah. How much do people spend on food at your restaurant?
Like $50 to $100 a plate, or $50 a plate a person. So.
Yeah. So, and then how many massages do these people usually get?
I don't know.
Maybe you'll find out.
I need to find out.
And then what was your top thing about every day this training? We'll start with, she got here on Saturday. So Sunday, what was your favorite thing?
Sunday, I liked the role play and asking me questions like what would I do for this and that. That was really helpful just to think of. It's just all things that are going to come up at some time, and so going through that
was
helpful.
What was the most weird role play scenario that you can remember that I said? If you can remember one.
I don't know, but I can remember. But I think just if you go to an in-home massage, and that's how we were practicing this time around, and so trying to figure out how to get out of the room, and you were like, what if the dude just started taking off his clothes? What would you do? I don't know what I would do, but now I thought about what I'm gonna do.
What are you gonna do?
Well, you're gonna, just when you greet them and stuff, you're gonna be clear about what you kind of give them, what's gonna go on, and then you can give them a privacy of viewing the room. They can have maybe it set up in a different room, but you're just aware and thinking of that.
Yeah, you're thinking of it before you go and start doing it. What about some Monday?
Monday was Monday.
Monday was the gentleman, the first gentleman. He was our first gentleman who had the lower chronic back pain.
I remember what I wrote.
And then we had two more. One of them was the young lady.
Let's see what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Take a picture of it. I can list them off, just not in the...
So she actually, she got here on Saturday night, I made her a board on a big canvas. I asked her if she was a visual person or not, or if she was more of an Excel person. And she said that, she could do that. What kind of person are you when it comes to learning? Yeah, so she says she's a visual person learning. And so I made her a canvas that had the whole week laid out. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which she leaves on Saturday. And then on the back we had her dream schedule. And it was Stacy's big board of learning. You'll see a picture of it.
There
And so, all right, what was the best thing about Monday?
Monday. Monday was the coconut. Learning how to break the body before putting it back together. And so, yeah, just that concept of, and I felt like that was the perfect day with like that one guy with all the stuff going on. And
you have to learn how to break the body before you can learn how to fix it, and that is a philosophy from my kumu Kapono Suza. And how it was talked about is you actually get a coconut and you figure out where the soft spots are, and you take it with your bare hands and the ground or a rock, and you rip it to fucking pieces without cracking the cocoa inside. Because if you crack the cocoa inside, all the juiciness comes out. And do we want the juiciness to come out of our clients?
No.
How do you say it in Spanish? Jugoso. It's jugoso. Yeah, that was pretty fun. All right, what was Tuesday?
No stock photos. Which is funny, but it's like, isn't that what everybody does when you first start out? Like, take the time to like get the pictures, take the time to show you, because you're right. That's when I look at and I see that stupid small picture with the rocks, you know, and but like I think about the couple massage therapists that I follow locally that I saw when I was in school, that I like their social media, and it's a picture of them working, and that's what we want to see.
And do you have photos that you can go ahead and put on your website now?
Yeah. On location, yes.
So she now has photos of her doing work on actual clients of all different body types. I mean, we had from what age to what age?
I don't know. Like, some of them were, I think, late 20s, mid 20s. And then that one lady, she was much older.
She was like 70.
Old, but 70, yeah.
We had like people all the way in from their 20s. We had 20s, 30s, 40s, like, and a 70-year-old. And we did 12 massages? No, 11. 11 this week. Yeah. Do you feel like 11 is doable?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How much was our turnaround time most of the time?
30 minutes, but assuming, if they were running late or not.
No. Yeah. You know, it's Cabo. It's Mexico, you guys. It's Mexico. You build in time everywhere. In fact, I suggest people building in time everywhere for their everyday life, so that people stop trying to go so fast that they get in car wrecks and then cause more and more people to have to come in and get massages. Just saying. All right, what was the next day? No stock photos. Yeah, so she's actually getting photos and videos for her social media to go home with. Okay.
Oh, Tuesday I also wrote like syncing, like SYNC, with the client's breath. Something. So
Syncing
kinda, like when you both made that connection together, like I could see it, and then you said it, and I was like, oh yeah, I noticed when that happened. And when you're doing it and it happens, it feels like a much bigger connection. It feels like you're in the flow better if you're actually intentionally in that rhythm together. That was another thing.
People have asked me throughout. They're just like, what goes on. And it is the flow. It's the flow. It's like getting into the flow state, getting into the understanding of some basic like body mechanics and biomechanics in order to like create. I mean, what did we create in people? Like, what were the results you saw over this week?
I saw at least 3 women completely like blown away by what work happened on them, and like the one, what was that stance called that she couldn't get into, and she's like, I've never
pigeon
she's like, I've never been able to get my body in this position ever, and then the older lady that showed us to the festival, like it was just really cool to see those results.
What happened with her? Do you remember her story at all?
Was she the one we were working in the chest, I think, for the first time, or was that?
So we
had
worked
pelvic stuff too, but
that was she our second day? That must have been Tuesday.
Tuesday, because it was Monday, because that was the festival, right?
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah.
So the client had basically she prolapsed, and she had all sorts of pelvic floor issues. And so she became a pelvic floor specialist down here, and she does enemas and hydrocolon therapy, which is basically the same thing. And she works with breathwork instructors and physical therapists and all that sort of stuff. And we gave her more movement than she's had in 12 years of her actively pursuing this, and this is her job and career. And she's like, dude, why aren't you selling this as, you know, like reproductive health and all that sort of stuff? And that was just the hips. That portion right there is my hips, inguinals, and adductors and how to not make it awkward class that I offer in Seattle on a fairly regular basis. It's a 4-hour class. You leave that class knowing how to do that technique, which is the one that we used on her, which is also the one we used on the lady who had never been able to get into pigeon pose, and now all of a sudden she can. And she went salsa dancing for 4 hours, 4 days later after the session, and she was like, I've never been able to dance for that long. So what other results?
Trying to remember what the gentleman had, because he was the one that we did with no like lotion at all.
Yeah, we just did everything over the sheet. Mm-hmm. He had lower back pain.
Oh, okay.
So we took him from, I think it was like a 5 to like a 2, mm-hmm. which is very, like, you know, anytime you can bring someone from any number down, I think that that's a win. Like, I highly do. And considering that was her first client and that was our first teaching client, I mean, it's it's unreal. Like, the results are really, really phenomenal. And then, let's see. Okay, what was the next day? Wednesday. Oh, and Monday night we did a cacao ceremony, which is it was performed at the Viceroy. It's a really awesome spa. They have amazing classes. They have amazing therapists, because they had amazing therapists, and then I went and trained them. So, you know.
Yeah. So Wednesday was make it jugoso.
Make it jugoso. Say it again. Say it for the camera.
Make it jugoso.
Spanish for juicy.
Yeah.
Jugo.
And then, but yeah, well, that was me seeing you teach. So it was a little like reiteration of what we had learned already, like the kind of the trigger point work, and a little bit of the like your flow, your kind of low-me flow, like seeing that. So I got to see you do that. But I think what I took away most was like the promoting the self-care to the class, because they weren't really doing that. And it's like, practice what you preach. You're saying, you're selling this service, and you should be getting it yourself if it's so great. So
how often do I get a massage?
Did you say once every 2 weeks?
Once a week.
Once a week.
How often had those people gotten massages?
I think there was like, I don't think anyone could give you a date, and like one person got massages.
Out of how many students?
Oh, was there like 10, 11? But the lady you worked on has been doing it 20 years, and when you asked her, she laughed like it was a joke.
When was your last massage?
And she laughed like, oh, me? Get a massage? Oh, it was sad, but...
What was going on with her body? Because I gave her a massage right after, and Stacy got to actually watch it.
Yeah, so she had a lot of stuff in her, like, legs. I know she kind of was talking to you and telling you what she had, but she kind of had it all up through, like, her legs, like, gluteal region, I think.
Yep. Yep.
But, I mean, you said she had stuff everywhere. We were just trying to focus.
So, I had a 90 minutes, and whenever I do a massage, 60 minutes, I can do one focus. 90 minutes, I can do 2. 2 hours, I can do 3 or more, right? So, she came in and she was like, I have horrible neck pain, I have horrible lower back pain, and I really need diaphragm work. And I was like, we'll see what we can do. And so I get started, and really everything. I needed to go so slow. I had to go so slow, because if I had tried to go quickly on this woman, I mean, she would have just jumped off the table and ran. We had to go slow. We had to sync with the breath. We had to follow the line. So we'd start on a line probably down by like the 3 mile point, which is on the outside of the calf. And we followed that line all the way up into her lower back and into right below her scapula. and you just sit and you follow it and you keep going and you sync the breath with the client and you have them breathing and you breathe with them and you just go as slow as it goes. And the feeling that you're looking for, that you're seeing in the beach right here, because we're in Cabo, but you see how when the wave comes in, right, and then the wave goes back out, when you're standing in that surf, the sand slips out from underneath you. That is the feeling that you're looking for when you're just following a line all the way from I would say insertion or origin to insertion, but really it goes past that because you go through so many origin insertions just to do like one line of the body. Continue what was on Thursday. So that was Wednesday. We did a training at the Viceroy. Another plug here, Viceroy Los Cabos. The cheapest hotel room is there $800 a night. The most expensive was how much? 21,000?
I thought I saw something like 20,000.
20,000? Fuck. Anyway, and then after us doing the training, and then after I gave her a massage, we actually got to go and have a free spa day in the spa. How was the spa?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like,
Was it
so
world
good.
class?
Oh, absolutely.
How much is it to do a spa day there?
What was it, like $125, but just to sit in a pool.
Just to sit in the pools.
Like,
That's
but
it.
no services.
That's it.
Which was great. That's all I really needed. But yeah, that was just to access the pools and the showers and the steamer. Yeah.
So that was Wednesday.
Yes.
What was Thursday?
Thursday was... Oh, you taught me the body surfing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was yesterday. So I feel like, because I was like doing the massage and I felt a lot of shakiness in me, and it was like you kind of telling me just to feel confident in what I'm doing, because I tend to overthink things. And so yesterday was, that was one of the first time where I kind of started on the client mostly myself and just feeling confident in what I'm doing. Because if not, she's gonna feel that.
So, what happened yesterday morning with you?
I was not feeling good.
When was our first client?
One.
Did we do that client?
No.
When were you still not feeling good by?
I don't know, like a couple hours after.
Yeah. So, did you still want to do that first client?
I mean, no, but if it was like gonna put you out, I didn't want to like disappoint them or you. But I think if it was just me, I would have. It wouldn't have been an issue as far as feeling like I should have not done it.
Yeah.
And sat it out.
So, how did we handle that?
Just called and canceled with the client. I think you offered if you wanted to come back the next day, but he couldn't.
Yeah. So basically what happened is I noticed Stacy was not feeling well that morning, and I was like, hey, look, at least an hour or so before the massage, just let me know how you're feeling and then we'll go from there, because we don't have to do it. She's like, oh, no, and she talked about she didn't want to put me out, she didn't want to put the client out. But the number one thing I've really been honing in on is like, you can't pour from an empty teapot. If you try and give a massage and what is the number one rule of massage, Stacy?
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself. So the number one rule of massage is if you're doing something and it hurts you, stop doing it. Stop doing it. You're not making them feel any better by hurting yourself. It's not going to work because the client can feel what's going on. Earlier today when the client, the last one, and he said,
Oh boy.
as we were, so the client today, remember whenever I was trying to teach you the underneath the scapula and push down here and basically it releases like the subscapularis, you know what I mean? And so then it opens up the neck as well. Wow, that was pretty.
Yeah.
Waves are getting real big. This one should be pretty big. Ah, look at that. That's why we're not swimming.
Yeah. Oh man.
Remember when it was hurting you and he was like, yeah, it's not feeling right,
Yeah.
Because it was hurting you? No, there's causation and there's correlation. I don't care which one it is right here, but because she was not in the proper body mechanics and not at the proper trajectory to be able to do the move well, and she was hurting herself. She's like, I can't hold this. And I was like, well, maybe you're not going to be able to do it. And that's totally okay, you know, because it is a very, like, you're lifting the shoulder blade, you're pushing down and you're lifting up, and you're pushing down and you're lifting up. And, you know, it's okay. And then you got to the right direction. And what did your body feel like once you got to the right direction?
It didn't feel the same at all. It was totally just not necessarily like super easy, simple, but it was like I was able to do it, whereas the other one where it was just the slight shift of movement, I was like, this is impossible. I can't physically do this. I'm sweating. But just changing it was like, you know, it's still kind of a powerful move. It takes a little bit of strength, but it was completely doable.
Yeah. So, remember what we talked about with the direction?
Yep. That was like the first couple days with like the trigger point therapy, and it was when I gave you the massage because you were able to direct me because you could feel it, where I was kind of going in, and even in the same spot, just from a slightly different direction, it felt completely different.
Yeah, and it was completely more effective, right? Because if you're not on the right spot in the right direction, it's not as effective or even effective. And one thing at the Viceroy training that I loved was just like, it's all about the spots, because we did a trigger point training. Did you like the tea leaves or the pin marking on the backs better?
The tea leaves stuck better, right? Because the pen wouldn't right on the bodies.
Yeah. So we used tea leaves to mark trigger points all over the back. You know, you make do. I forgot to bring markers. I forgot to bring paint. Next time I won't forget so that I can mark them. Neither here nor there. It worked out. All right, what was Thursday? Thursday was syncing with the client?
No, that was Monday. Thursday was like feeling confident, because if I don't feel confident, they don't, because yesterday my hand was kind of shaking a little bit. But yeah, feeling confident in what I'm doing.
Yeah. And then today's Friday, man.
Oh yeah, today. Oh, and the body surfing.
Body surfing.
I really like the body surfing.
You really like. So Stacy, when she came, she was planning on being a relaxation specialist, right? Like, talk about your goals when you came here.
My goals for coming here was to get past just the relaxation. So that was my goal for coming, was to learn more than that, because I felt like I could do that just fine with school. Yeah, I could do that, but coming here I was hoping to gain more than that. But like you kind of showed me, it doesn't have to be like a clinical treatment therapy thing or relaxation. There's ways of incorporating it, when we did like an intense treatment, but then ended it with something to kind of close it all together and like make nice.
Make nice. Yeah, make nice. Yeah. Make it Hugoso. Hugoso. Yeah. Make it juicy, you know? Like, you don't have to, like, I mean, I personally always have to, like, make nice after I've done such awful things. But, you know, afterwards they get off the table, and that look in their face where they're like, oh my God, and their hair is all mussed up because they gave them the greatest scalp massage, and you did like points on the head, and then you made it all fluffy in the face, and oh man, yeah. What day did we learn face massage?
It was a little bit yesterday, just a little bit, and like a little bit today. Yeah.
Definitely we could do more. What is one class that I've talked about that you're interested in actually taking a course?
I think the one you said you offer in Seattle, like feeling like the adductors and the wheels, seems like, I feel like I would want a little more training in that to feel confident in it, but that sounded really interesting.
Okay. What other modalities did we talk about?
Like lomi, which, I mean, everyone wants to learn that. When you go to massage school, you hear about it. But it just seemed like it's not just a modality, it seems like it has a lot of like culture around it. Thai massage has always been really interesting to me. I think that just is awesome. And then I can even see how you could tie that in with the massage we did with Matt, where we didn't use any lotion, and you could just, it was weird for me to do that whole massage. Oh, you didn't even bust out the lotion, but it was so effective. So yeah, the lomi, the Thai, all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of really amazing classes out there. I know a lot of really amazing instructors. Joe Lavin offers a lot of amazing classes in the Seattle area. I'm going to be offering a lot of classes this year. I've decided that I'm going to branch out from just the hips and inguinals. I'm going to do the head, neck, and shoulders. I'm going to do, so the inguinals is already my treatment basically for the low back stuff, but I'm going to have to extend that class because how many hours? I think like basically we did 5 days at like practically 8 hours, including the business lessons, right? So there's a lot of content that has to be kind of organized and shuffled. So Joe Lavin is a really great resource. He is based out of Seattle. He's doing some amazing like massage business mastery, all that sort of stuff. I've gotten a lot of my good information from him over the years. And then Cowie teaches Lomi in Seattle sometimes whenever I can convince her to. So maybe if we get a big enough like group together, she is a direct descendant and of course, Hawaiian and does such great work. And Thai massage, there's like Living Sabai that I'm interested in. I want to go to Thailand. Me and Stacy are talking about going to Thailand in January next year, 2024, and learning Thai massage. So that would be dope.
Yes.
Maybe we can do that.
Yes.
That would be super cool.
For sure.
Like that'd be awesome. What else are we thinking about? Okay, so Friday, what did you learn today that was your favorite?
So just like for me, that was pretty big about like when you were showing me that with the scapula, because it was like sometimes I get frustrated and like it really felt like I couldn't do that, and I was like getting frustrated like in myself, just not feeling like I could get in the right spots. But then we did it on the other shoulder and I was able to, and I was like, oh, weird. But then so one of the reasons why I couldn't was because the other shoulder was more stuck, whereas the one I'm like, oh, I can get right in there, this is an easy grip. But then the other one I couldn't, and so it was kind of messing with my stance. And then we played around a little bit, but then I was able not to get my hand to sink in as much as the other side, but able to get the position down where I could still do the movement, not as deep, because that one was more tight and more stuck, so I couldn't get in there physically until I loosened it up. But just not getting frustrated and just change body position like the whole time. When you're always like, relax your face, because I'm like the whole time, every picture I'm just like concentrating too hard, but also it's a little bit of nerves of somebody watching me, I think, and hopefully that'll go away. But
well, I mean, how often are you going to be watched in the treatment space?
Yeah. So, but yeah, just being like, don't get frustrated, keep changing the body mechanic of it, the position of it, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, at the very beginning, I was very hands-on, and then as we went, we just did less and less, like where I was in the room, or even, like actively like looking and paying attention. I was always available if she had questions. I was always available if she needed help. It's very important in a one-on-one training to have good support. Do you feel like you were supported?
Yeah.
And I made some pretty dang good food while we were here too.
Yes, the eggplant. What did we put it on the first? No, it was the morning after.
Yeah. Oh, those eggplant sandwiches.
You made that sandwich.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Eggplant sandwiches.
And that dressing with the fruits or the veggies from the farm.
Oh God.
That was so good.
Which is the farm that we went to on Sunday, which is all part of the lesson, right?
Yes.
It's like going and doing hard work and enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
And today, we were doing business this whole time, right? Right? Like, what did you not have before you came here that you are now already on its way?
What do you mean, like physically? Or
physically, or maybe a business license?
Oh, business. I didn't know. Yes, I have a business license. We did that. I was kind of putting it off, and so I really needed somebody to just be like, here's the website, which you did, like click each question. Then that night I finally went on and got it, so that should be here in another 5 days, I think.
Just done.
Yeah.
Just done. She's ready.
Yeah.
She's ready. What else, like, what could you not do beforehand that you can do now?
Well, I feel like I can charge more. I mean, I have an education behind me that it was interesting when you pointed out, like, well, you have more experience than any of your classmates now. And so for me, I have I'm trying to look for the words to say. I have a solid foundation, a solid something, a training that I can show people, and like this is what I did, this is what I learned, and that's totally changed, you know, where I'm coming from starting out.
So she is actually going to be my first person that I will certify as a massage artist. In Washington State, I can certify continuing education credits. But so she'll actually get CE credits in Washington State, as well as being certified as my first massage artist. And I have offered her a franchise option out in Port Angeles, Washington. She hasn't let me know yet. We'll see. I'm wearing her down. Because originally she was going to charge $75 an hour. And now she's thinking about $100, which we talked about earlier. And I was like, dude, I could put you and I could start charging $125. Let's do this. It's really exciting. I have seen her grow from the time that she got here. I knew Stacy very little. Like we've known each other for years, but it was very, very cursory and then, we had kept each other on social media, which is like, I love social media. I know a lot of people are haters, but man, there are people all over this world that I'd never get to see again. I'd never get to experience them. I'd never get to know them. I'd never get to know how she has a dog addiction. I'd never get to know more about like Olympic overlanding, like, which is what her boyfriend is doing, which is like a whole like YouTube channel and website. What does he do?
He makes YouTube videos of like truck builds and camping and doing it on a budget.
Yep. And they've gone all over Washington State. Like, dude, there's so much that I learned about her, and there's stuff I learned about myself while I was doing this training. And I'm just so impressed. Like the first time that a client was just like, oh, you're so intuitive. I was like, yes, yes. Because that is what we're teaching. We're sharing that touch. And Stacy had to have good touch before she could come here. Like I got a practice massage from her a couple of months ago while she was in school. And she had good touch. Like she did. And she is sweet and nice, and she has a good presence with people, and she's going to be able to customer interact, and she's going to be able to, she's already able to, not going to be able, she is able, and she's ready. So yeah, that was today, and then tomorrow we're going to go to the farmer's market, and then she's going to go home, and I can't wait to see what she's going to do. What is your homework?
To give massages to people that have been with me my whole journey of massage therapy. So people that I practiced on, and get feedback and see how I've changed from before to now.
Sweet. Yeah. Anything else?
Oh no, what am I forgetting?
Take care of yourself.
Oh, take care of myself.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Mwah. Hugs and kisses. I love you guys. If you're interested in anything about this video, let me know. I'm going to start doing them. I have an apartment here in Cabo. It's how many minutes away from the beach?
Like a 3-minute walk. Something like that.
It's something ridiculously short.
Because you have to go around that thing, otherwise it'd be right there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm right across the street. I have a beautiful ocean view. I have gotten to see whales. She's even seen whales from my apartment.
That was like the second day, I think.
Yeah, second day. I'm going to be doing these massage artist certifications. And I'm going to be doing more classes. I am doing these massage certifications. I am doing more classes this year. And I can't wait to get them scheduled and posted. And to see you guys in my classes. And to, no matter how amazing of a massage therapist I am, no matter how much money I make, I'm not going to make as much of a difference as working with other people and sharing with other people. And so if you ever have trouble affording any of my classes or any of my teachings, I'm taking a cue from Joe where he's like doing a pay what you can. I would rather more people be able to access this work than for me to sit either without making money or making thousands or millions. Like, it's time. It's time for everybody just to get together and to touch each other in a loving, kind, safe way and to be able to make such great changes. So, I love you. Mwah. Good night. Say bye.
Bye.
Darcy, say bye. Bye. There goes the sun.